2, 3, 4. I'll stand at the front. Okay, stand here. That's that one. Yeah, you're here. You're here. And you're here. Okay. As Sikhs, yeah, you got this now? Yeah. Okay. Right. In terms of caste, so like you said when you asked this question, this is a very easy way of explaining it. Okay. As Sikhs, we do not believe in caste. Unfortunately, in India, yeah, there's people that are Hindus that do believe in caste. And what's that's happened is culturally that some people that are Punjabis have slowly adopted it. But a lot of people don't seem to understand what caste is. Now a lot of people that are Punjabis will say that we're Jats, or we're Ramgariyas, or we're Jamars, or we're like this, etc. They're Sainis, etc. There's loads of different castes. What a caste is about a job role. Okay? And what happened was that people in America, there's these people that call themselves Brahmins, yeah, and they're the ones that invented the caste system. And for them, this person called Manu, he was very clever. He basically thought, how are we going to rule forever? Not just for 4 years, because like in UK, when they have an election, the Prime Minister is only in power for 4 or 5 years. In America, it's for 4 years. But they thought, how are we going to do it forever? So they developed this system which is called the caste system. The caste system basically means, is at the top you have this person called Brahman. Yeah? And what they did was they adopted a language they created this was called Sanskrit. And only they were allowed to learn this language. No one else was allowed to learn this language. So if all the other people, if you took education away from all the other people and made them illiterate, yeah, which means that they don't understand philosophy, etc. What it is this person will always control everything. So they specifically adopted this language that only they can learn. And they basically then could tell all the other people, this is what we do and this is what the scripture says, and we are the only people that can understand the scriptures. Okay? And that was what a Brahman did. So a Brahman was basically always in control. But then what happened is that they had people in different areas in India where they had Rajas and Rajas, etc. And basically them kings would attack other people. And these Brahmins thought, I don't want to die. They thought, I don't want to die, I'll let other people die. So they created a second section. These are called the Kshatriyas, which basically means the warriors. So if they got attacked, these Brahmins were very clever. They said, I'm not going to die, I'm going to send you guys to go and die. Your job is to protect everyone. And therefore these people, like in India they call them Rajputs, etc. They said, you guys are the ones that are the warriors. And these people were happy. So then this person thought, I need people that are going to do work, because we need food, we need buildings, we need everything else. So they created another caste, which was down here. These are called the Vaishnavas. The Vaishnavas are the people that do all the work. So you got Jats, you got Ramgariyas, you got Jamars. So basically a Jat is a person who's a farmer. So they create food. You got Tarkan, which are basically builders. They build buildings. You got Jamars, they work with leather. So they make clothes or shoes, etc. So you have loads of different castes where they basically are just doing work. But in most countries, the people that do most of the work are the people that control the economy, because they're producers. But not in the caste system, because if once they've produced everything, if they don't hand it over to this person, they get this person to go and sort them out. Yeah? Because this person wants to control everything, so they do all the hard work and they have to hand it over to the Brahmins, the Lallis, etc. If they don't, they get the army or they get the police force, which are Kshatriyas, etc., and they basically go and sort them out. Okay? And what they do with these people to make sure that they don't go against what the Brahman does, was that basically they got these guys fighting with each other. So they make sure that the Jats hate the Tarkans, the Ramgariyas, and they hate the Chamars, and they're all fighting between each other as well. Does that make sense? Yeah? But to keep these people happy, they made another caste. These are called the Shudras, the untouchables. Yeah? And they're the people that have no choice in life. They end up with everything that is bad. So they end up having to clean the streets, they end up having to basically clean people's clothes. They have the lowest jobs that no one else wants to do. Even to the point, my grandfather said to me when he was young, and he's Amritari, but he goes, people treated the Shudras so badly that even if their shadow came onto them, they used to beat them with a stick. That's how badly they used to treat these people. Yeah? So these people are happy because at least they're not the lowest ones. Yeah? They've still got people that are lower than them. But you see, this is how this person controls everything. So imagine in a playground, this person's the head of the gang. If you mess with this person, she gets this person to go and sort you out. And then this person doesn't want to do any work, so she makes this person do all the work, but then that person has to hand it over to this person. Yeah? But if this person never doesn't ever listen to her, she gets this person to go and beat them up. Yeah? And to keep this person happy, they've got this person, yeah? So that if that person ever gets angry or wants to go, why are you not treating me like this? They get this person to go and sort them out, and if they can't sort them out, they've got this person to sort them out. Yeah? But then this person always runs everything. Do you understand how they created this structure? Does that make sense? Yeah? And that's how the caste system works. And then this other person came who was Guru Nanak Dev Ji. And then when Guru Nanak Dev Ji came, he said to this person, you're a Pandit, you're a Brahman, but you're doing a lot of bab. And he says, Jhoot na bole Pandey. He says, you keep lying and you're tricking people, and you basically should be a scholar of God, but instead you're doing a lot of bab on people by lying to them and doing wrong things like that. So he said to him, leave all your trickeries and all your chalakiyan and all that stuff and become a good person, become a saint. And then Guru Nanak Dev Ji went to this person and says, you're a warrior, but you're also a barbarian. Instead, I want you to have education. I want you to start doing seva. I want you to become a saint soldier. Not just a soldier, become a saint as well. Yeah? And then Guru Nanak Dev Ji went to these people and he says, you guys, you're the Jats, you're the Tarkans, etc. But I want you now to start doing the Sana and the Kir, which giving 1/10 of your earnings so that we can have langar and we can build Gurdwaras, etc. But at the same time, I'm going to give you a Gurbani. I'm going to turn you into a warrior as well, so these people can't come and pick on you. He goes, I'm going to give you free education as well. And that's why Guru Angad Dev Ji started Gurmukhi language. So he gave these people education, he gave these people education. Do you understand? And said to them, start doing Paath. And then Guru Nanak Dev Ji went to these people and he says, you are treated the lowest of the low. He goes, I'm going to make you the highest of the high. He goes, I'm going to love you guys the most. He goes, they're saying that you're low caste, etc. I'm going to put a turban on your head. I'm going to put the star on your head. I'm going to make you royalty. I'm going to give you a Gurbani. I'm going to make you a warrior. I'm going to give you a Gurtka. I'm going to give you education. I'm going to give you langar. Everything that anyone's ever denied you, I'm going to give you everything. I'm going to make you Badshah. I'm going to make you royalty. Does that make sense? So do you think what Guru Nanak Dev Ji says is the best thing? When Guru Nanak Dev Ji says there is no caste, all we're going to create is Khalsas. And he made everybody, he said everybody's equal and everybody is going to be a Khalsa. Does that make sense? Yeah. Yes. Okay. Any questions? Yes, Benji.
Is there a story about this? Because my nanny told me that there was a story that there was a Brahman and he invited Guru Nanak Dev Ji to come and have langar. And Guru Nanak Dev Ji said no. And no, Guru Nanak Dev Ji said yeah, and Guru Nanak Dev Ji said that we'll invite all the other people, and the Brahman said no or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, there's a Sakhi where Guru Nanak Dev Ji went to the house of someone who was like a low caste. His name was Bhai Laloji. And Guru Nanak Dev Ji went and had langar there. And all he had was one prashada and one ganda, which means a bit of onion. And Guru Nanak Dev Ji had nothing else. And he apologized. Guru Nanak Dev Ji said, I've got no food. And Guru Nanak Dev Ji said, this is more than enough for me. But there was another person called Malak Bago who was thought himself really rich and high caste. And he had a big feast for Guru Nanak Dev Ji, and Guru Nanak Dev Ji didn't go there. So he got very angry, and he sent his person, his servant, to come and speak to Guru Nanak Dev Ji, say, you're disrespecting me because you should have come to my house. I'm the rich person in this village, and you've gone to this really poor person's house. And Guru Nanak Dev Ji said, I went to the person's house who was basically pure of heart. See, Guru Nanak Dev Ji looks at the quality of your soul, not how rich you are. Do you understand? He looks at who's the best person, who's the nicest person. And when Guru Nanak Dev Ji did go to Malik Bhago's house, in one hand he had prashada roti of Malik Bhago, and in the other hand he had prashada of basically Bhai Laloji. When he squeezed one, because Bhai Laloji had always done a hard Taram Kirt, which means worked hard and honestly, out of his prashada milk came out. And because of Malik Bhago had always run servants and made them do everything for him, when he squeezed that out, basically blood came out. Do you understand? So you know when we talk about honest living, it's not just about not stealing, it's not just about not stealing and everything else like that, it's also about treating people really well. And just because you employ people or anything else, it's about not treating them badly like that. Yes, Benji?
What do you call the lowest caste, like when Guru Nanak, when the lowest caste had, what did he call them?
He basically, it's not he called them, it's the Hindus that believe in the caste system call these people Shudras, and in English they're called the untouchable. But you should know, especially now after coming to this camp, is that we as Sikhs, and Guru Sahib was very clear, we do not believe in caste. Okay? So if someone says to you, are you Jat, so what are you going to say? If someone says to you, are you Turkans, what are you going to say? Someone says to you, are you Chamars, what are you going to say? No, you're going to say, no, I'm Sikhs, because let's look at it. A Jat or a Turkan is in third place. Yeah, because top is the Brahmin, then you get the Kshatriya, and then you get the Vaishnavas, which is the Jats and Turkans. So who goes to the Olympics and says, I don't want to win the gold, I want to win the bronze medal? No, everybody wants to win the gold, don't they? So why are you proud of being in third place? You know, if they were really proud of their caste, surely they wouldn't want to be just Jats or Turkans, they would want to be Brahmins, wouldn't they? If they believed in the caste system, wouldn't they? And this is how clever the Brahmin is. He's got them fighting between themselves, and them looking this way as long as I'm not a Shudra, because that way, they don't look that way. And they look at how is that Lala, or how is that Brahman basically been tricking me for centuries. Yeah, because this has not just been going on for a little while, this has been going on for thousands of years, the caste system. It's been going on for thousands of years. Yes, Benji?
When did the caste system first start?
The caste system first started when this person called Manu, yeah, he was a Brahmin, and when they were writing the Vedas and the Puranas, they started integrating these ideas into there, and that's how they started creating this system of who was a Brahmin, etc. Yes, Baji?
What does Paath mean?
Paath means bad karmas. Yeah, doing bad things. Okay? Yes, Baji?
What year was what year was it created?
Thousands of years ago. A long time ago.
Exactly.
I don't know exactly. That's a long time ago. Yes, Benji?
Is it all in India now, or is it in different countries as well?
Mostly caste systems in India, but in UK we've now got caste legislation which is banning it in UK. Hannah? But it's still in the Hindu community and other communities there's still caste. Even like here in Bradford, yeah? What we really need in Bradford is not 6 Gurdwaras, we need 1 Gurdwara. Yeah? And the Gurdwaras that were made, so you've got Ramgarhia Gurdwara, you've got Leeds Road Gurdwara, you've got Singh Sabha Gurdwara, you've got Wakefield Road Gurdwara. And a lot of these were made because some of your parents or your grandparents or elders in the community at that time, because they didn't know as much about Sikhi and they were doing more things that were Punjabi, they built Gurdwaras based on caste. And what we need is the next generation, so my generation and your generation, to start saying, actually, we don't need 6 Gurdwaras in Bradford, we only need 1, and we should start bringing all the Gurdwaras together and start merging them, so that all the community can start coming back together again and become a more united community. Do you agree with that?
Yeah.
Yeah? So imagine if you had all the kids in Bradford all together, you'd have much bigger camps, you'd have much more things to do, you'd have much more friends. Instead of people that go to one Gurdwara just staying in that one Gurdwara, people that go to the other Gurdwara, they stay in that Gurdwara, people that go to that Gurdwara, they stay in that Gurdwara. That's not good, because everybody's divided. Yeah? I went to, when I was your age, I went to Punjabi school in Slough, and we're talking almost 25 years ago, and we had 400 children in our Punjabi school. Yeah? And that was because in Slough, you only have one main Gurdwara. We don't have 6 Gurdwara in Slough. And Slough has more Sikhs than Bradford. So you have to think about why in Bradford do you have 6 Gurdwara? You don't need 6 Gurdwara. What you should be saying is actually we need to start merging the Gurdwara and start bringing them back together again. Yes, Benji?
Like caste, is there a caste for like black people are the lowest caste and white people are the highest or something?
Sorry, say that again?
Is there a caste like black people and white people, so that white people are the highest?
I wouldn't really say that as caste, I would say that's more racism. Yeah? So what you have in the West is that you've had many years, 400 years of slavery, of where they treated black people, where they took them to Europe and America, and even in the Gulf states, etc., and they used them as slaves. Yeah, so white people took black people there and used them as slaves. But that's different from caste, because caste has got a Hindu meaning. Okay, I think we're close to finishing. Okay, any last questions before we finish on this? Do you all understand about caste now? Yeah? So you understand this is the caste system, but Guru Nanak Dev Ji was totally against the caste system. And that's why Guru Nanak Dev Ji, if you ever say, I'm a Jat Sikh, that doesn't make sense. That's like saying, I'm a vegetarian, but I eat meat. Okay? So if anyone says, I'm a Ramgariya Sikh, that doesn't make sense. Yeah? Or I'm a Tarkhan Sikh, or I'm a Chamar Sikh. No. You're either a Sikh, or you're not. Okay? And what we want you guys to be is just say, I'm just a Sikh. I don't believe in caste. And when you take Amrit, then you will become a Khalsa. Okay? And there is no such thing as a Jat Khalsa or a Tarkhan Khalsa. There's only a Khalsa. So as Sikhs, we just do not believe in caste at all. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Everybody agree with that?
Yeah.
Very good. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji